Hello, family. Welcome back to Life Reconsidered with your girl, Dr. T. Today is a continuation of a previous episode where we looked at what ADHD is all about. Today, we want to look at strategies that you can employ to help your child with ADHD. Before we do that, I want to give you a quick summary of symptom checklists of a child or even an adult who struggles with ADHD. The first predominant type, which is inattentiveness, we said that a child could have difficulty concentrating and focusing the attention. They would also have difficulty following instructions and finishing their tasks. They can also have difficulty organizing their stuff at home or in school, or they can even have difficulty just finishing, homework at home or finishing their tasks in school. That's a main criteria there. If they lack the attention and the focus to get things done. The second predominant type is a hyperactiveness. We said that is characterized by impulsivity and spontaneous behaviors. When it's difficult for the child to take turns, when they are also disorganized, when they fidget a lot, they cannot still sit still, feels like they're being run by a model, and they can also be talkative. They can talk nonstop. So if you have a child who struggles with any of these symptoms or all of these symptoms, please don't hesitate. Get help for that kiddo before it interferes significantly with their day-to-day activities. Now, let's look at some strategies that you as a parent you can use to help your child. To make things simple, I broke down the strategies in respective of these two predominant types. So the first one we want to look at is the inattentive type. If somebody is struggling with attention and focus, how do you help that kiddo? Okay. So in some cases, I want to say this, medication can help. So don't rule out medication at all. It's better for you to find something that works for your child to improve upon their productivity than do nothing at all. So please talk to your doctor. And if medication is something that can help your child, please don't rule it out. Okay. In addition to medication, you can talk to your child's teacher, have them sit in front of the classroom so that the teacher can put, an extra eye on them and make sure that they are paying attention. And that also reduces, them from getting distracted if they sit in front. You can also make sure that you establish some attention when you're talking to the child. So for instance, if you're talking to the child, call their name and then tell them, hey, look at me, before you proceed to talk to them. When you are talking to a kiddo with inattentive disorder, make sure that you are setting clear boundaries. You are giving them clear instructions, no ambiguity. And if it's something you want the child to do for you, make sure that you are setting some time limit or deadlines so that the child can work within that time. Also, help the child to have a designated place to study. They know that when I come home, this is where I do my homework. They are able to put everything together. Once they sit in that chair, they know it's homework time. In addition to this, you can use sticky note or, post-it note, write things on them. It's easy for the child to read. They see it regularly. It helps with attention and memorization. If it's reading, you can use highlighters. Highlight important words and keys so that they can see it. It's easy to memorize. Now, if you have like post notes or even A4 printing sheet, you can write things on there and then post it in their child's bedroom or in a hallway where they usually walk past, so that when they see it frequently, it helps for them to understand and pay attention to what you're trying to teach them. So, visualization helps a lot to improve attention and focus. So, use strategies that encourage, visualization. You can use colorful pencils, crayons, things like that. Make it colorful. Make learning activity colorful so that they can easily absorb it and focus. Don't forget to give the kiddo breaks. Breaks helps a lot so that they are not overstretching themselves, because when they overstretch themselves in trying to absorb a whole lot of materials, they get confused and overwhelmed. So give them breaks. Incorporate rewards and positive affirmation. Most kids respond positively when you use rewards and positive affirmations. So don't forget to incorporate that into your routines. Another thing that is helpful is setting up routines. You can have morning routines before they go to school, afternoon routines after they come back from school, or nighttime routines. The child knows what to expect, and it reduces a lot of frustrations for them, because they know that when I'm done this, the next thing that I need to do is that. And because they are repeating that routine day by day, it's easy for them to pay attention to it when they're doing it and staying on task. Last but not least, you can incorporate attention boosting games. A quick example is Simon Says. The kids at school use that a lot. But you can find additional attention boosting games that you as a parent you can use at home to help the child. Okay, that's it for the strategies for kiddos struggling with inattentive disorder. Now let's look at hyperactive disorder. Same, medication can help tone down some of the energy so that they can sit and focus. In addition to medication, you want to set clear routines as well. You want to make sure that you have routines targeted at task completion and routines targeted at behavior. So with behavior, you can work with a behavioral health analyst. You can set specific and target behavior goals. Get your child involved, let them be part of the process. And whenever they are able to achieve a targeted behavior goal, don't forget to reward them and use positive affirmation. Talk to them and help them understand why it's important to take turns. Also, that can be incorporated into the behavior targeted goals, and make sure you are giving reward whenever they achieve such goals. In the situation whereby your child fidgets a lot, some fidget toys can help. They have the spinners, they have the bands, so many different type of fidget toys out there that can be very helpful as well. Try that and see if it helps improve. For instance, if it tones down a little bit of the energy, or if they get more fidgety with the fidget toys. Make sure you're paying attention. If they're getting more fidgety with the fidget toys, then you might want to decrease stimuli a little bit. But if the fidget toys helps, then go for it. Okay, now another thing that you want to consider is that kiddos with hyperactive disorder can easily get dysregulated emotionally. So you want to make sure that they are not constantly in an environment that is overstimulating for them. Too much noise, a lot of chaotic scenes. you want to make sure that you are decreasing stimuli as much as possible so that their behavior is not reflective of the outside environment that they see or hearing. So try to decrease stimuli for them. And another thing that you can do is that make sure you get your support system in place. The teachers, behavioral health analysts. I will definitely encourage the child to participate in sporting activities so you can get their coaches involved and everybody should be on the same page. If they have a behavior plan, make sure that all your support system have a copy of the behavior plan so that all of you know which behaviors you are working towards so that it's not inconsistent. It gets confusing if they go to person A and person A is expecting one behavior from them and then person B is expecting another behavior from them. It gets overwhelming and confusing. So make sure that all your support system, have a copy of their behavior targeted goals that you are working on. Okay, in addition to that, also set routines, very important. And as a parent, try to encourage your child to finish one task before they move on to another. So task completion goals, don't forget that. And last but not least, make sure your parenting is consistent. Learn all the strategies, learn your child's behaviors, know how they respond best, and then develop your parenting strategies around that kiddo. Make sure that your parenting strategies are consistent. Okay, all too soon, we've come to the end of this episode. Thank you for sticking with me. If you have any question, don't hesitate. Send me an email and I'll do my best to respond. Thank you, and you'll have a good day. Bye.